everyone. Today I want to talk about something a little solemn and serious. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
A friend of mine is in a situation.
Stop having friends.
She's in a situation. Well, she's not like my personal friend, but she's like someone I know. She's in a situation where her husband, she's married. It's a bad marriage. They're young. But it's not just like bickering or fighting or anger, but he is like physically abusive to her. Like he pushes her, he shakes her, he slaps her. Like she has black eyes that she hides under her makeup. He rapes her, and yes, you can be raped if you're married. All kinds of stuff, and it's like a secret. But those who know they're not doing anything about it.
Aside from talking about it.
So here's the thing, right? I need some advice. I feel like I know what I want to do, but I don't know because
I get it. No, I get it. Like when you hear about, keep going. I'm sorry.
So it's like she comes and she'll talk about it to our mutual acquaintance, and it's like she's upset, and the mutual acquaintance is like, so I don't like him. And you know me, and you know if I don't like you, honey, you know I don't like you. It's not a secret. I can be cordial and respectful because, of course, I respect myself. But you will know that you are not, people's choice. You get what I'm saying? So,
what did you sense something about him? Like you could just tell something was off.
So something was off in their relationship. I understand being submissive, letting a man take control, but he was just super duper controlling.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like we'll have group discussions, and she'll have an opinion, and then he'll be like, no, I think this and this, and she's like, yeah, babe, you're right, and she caves, and she was very strong in her perspective,
right? But
up until he said something. Okay. The second thing is that, like his demeanor, certain things he says, like his demeanor, and so to hear that he was physically assaulting her, I wasn't surprised. But what surprised me is that she'll say, she'll cry and she'll complain about what he's doing to her. And then she'll turn around and be like, oh, we're going here. Oh, he bought me this. And she sounds so in love. And I'm like, but he's beating you.
But so that's the thing. That's what they do. So just doing research, and just from, even if I didn't do research, just common sense will tell me he's trying to make up for the beating he just gave you last night. You know what I mean? He's trying to make you forget about it. Oh, don't worry about that, babe. I love you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's things that they'll do to try to kind of not make them look like the bad guy or even bad girl. Because that surprise can go both ways. I don't always want to, But, they do that to, again, not even make you forget, but that's a part of their control. That's a part of their manipulation. I know I can beat her today, and then just buy some flowers tomorrow. You're still controlling her emotions. Even if you're not controlling her actions, where she's going, you're manipulating and pretty much are controlling whether she likes you or not, whether she wants to stay or not. You're controlling. You're pretty much premeditating these decisions for her, because she's gonna, and kind of have no other choice. If you think about it, she can't say no to you because it's out of fear.
So they have a daughter.
Poor baby. Well, I hope it's not poor baby. I hope she doesn't know anything.
Well, she's 3.
Okay.
She doesn't know much. But what I don't like is that the family knows. Yes. The family knows what he's doing. His family knows what he's doing. They're not doing anything about it. Her family is aware, and they're not doing anything about it. So how much more me on the outside? Like, how do you,
So this is hard because so when you say like the family knows about it, right? It's just speaking, I guess you can say from experience, right? I don't even want to speak for anybody else. But yes, the family can know, and not that the family is not doing anything. The family can obviously share their feelings about it and their disgust for it. Again, at the end of the day, again, not blaming the female, but what I'm trying to say is, yes, I can tell homeboy to stop as his family member.
I think they're following her lead.
She's still coming back, so he still has the opportunity to do what we're telling him we don't like. You know what I mean? If anything, we need, as a family, should tell the wife, to leave, because we can only do so much. We don't live with you guys, so we can't express our dislike for our family members' actions.
So some of like the group of friends feel like, some of them are like, yo, is it true that he's really abusing her, or is she like exaggerating that, they're a violent fight?
Can you define abuse or give examples?
Let's see what Google says about what abuse is.
Well, yeah, no, I know we all know the definition, but in an instance like this, right? Would you say if he just box you up 1-2 times, just a 1-2 time, and that's it?
First of all, anyway, that I'm a different type of woman.
No, but but what I'm saying is,
up? Yes, a box up. If you're boxed, so there's mental abuse.
No, yeah,
which is the most common one, because you don't see scars physically.
Mm-hmm.
But mental abuse. Oh, you're ugly. You're fat. Oh, you stink. You don't know how to do anything. You're useless. You're good for nothing. If you didn't trap me, I wouldn't fucking be here.
Yeah.
I told you I didn't want to be with you, but you forced yourself on me anyway, and now you're stuck. And now, like, I'm stuck here with you. If I had a choice, you wouldn't be the woman I'd be with. Oh, you're not my class of woman. Girl, they say some terrible.
It's not even funny. Because always, I wonder, I had a coworker, she was already out of the relationship, but just like you said, like, what can you really do? Even though she was out of the relationship, when she was telling me about it, I still felt bad that she, had to experience it. But I did ask her questions like, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you ask for help? And, she said that it's easy as the words that are coming out of my mouth. Why didn't you just leave? It's not that easy. And I'll never get it. And I pray that I'll never understand.
Being a child, having been a child in that situation, I know that when I say all the time, my mother is a force to be reckoned with. Like, you don't do her wrong and get off scot-free. Mm-hmm. But when she was going through it, she was new here. She didn't really know anywhere. She had nowhere to really go. She just had a baby, which was me. And her husband was basically taking her check. Like, whenever she'd get paid, he'd be like, okay, today's payday. He had it circled on the calendar, and he'd take the money from her. And if she didn't give her the check, if she didn't give him the check, he'd beat her.
Yeah.
So what she started doing is she started plotting, like, okay, I have to leave. So she opened a secret bank account, and it was in her name, but she used her aunt's address. Here's the fucked up part. The aunt told the husband. The aunt called my father and told him that, hey, your wife has opened an account and her bank statements are coming to my house. That was also big blow up, of course.
Honestly.
Yeah. So so she called the cops on him all the time. She pressed charges and, she wasn't making enough at that time to support herself and her child. She wouldn't have gotten any like government assistance because she was a permanent resident, but she wasn't like at the time, like this is back in like early 90s, like 92. So things were a little different. So lucky for her, he traveled and said he was going to Ghana. When he traveled, at that time, she'd been able to stack up some change. So a week after he left, the landlord came and was like, you know, we're evicting you because you haven't paid rent, blah, blah. She didn't know that her husband was not paying the rent. So then she got put out and, you know, the rest is history. But I say that to say that, you know, there was an instance or an event that occurred that allowed her to be able to run and never look back. Especially for someone who, you know, they knew what was going on. They knew that he was abusing her, but her family didn't really try to help her. They, like, it's like they were adding on to the problems because she's trying to plot and leave, and you can't provide a safe haven for her and her daughter. That's terrible. You know what I mean? So oftentimes that's the issue. Now, in an instance like the one with my friend where, you know, the family knows and they're not doing anything about it, his family doesn't care. Her mother-in-law hates her. She's like, she doesn't care about her daughter. She was like, oh, if you weren't doing this and this, my son wouldn't beat you. And I don't mean like one slap, like once, like when you called him, like you insult him or you push him or you pour water on him and then he hits you. No, I mean like every day you're on the floor in the kitchen, like getting like kicked out. Like literally he's doing target practice on your ass. You're like a boxing that.
Yeah, the bag.
Yeah, like a boxing bag, basically.
What makes me wonder, right? Because just thinking of the story of your mom and now wanting to ask a question about your friend. So your mom, obviously, she didn't have all her money to herself. She didn't really have the resources. She's new to the country, new to the town. So she didn't really know where to go. And I feel like that's what also probably makes them stay. They can't leave because they don't have the finances or the people to escape to. So now that makes me, you know, wonder if that's the reason why your friend is staying. Like she doesn't have any backup money, any backup plans, any backup.
So her issue is she doesn't have financial freedom. But I mean, this is Corona time. No one has financial freedom.
I think not to cut you off again, but I think that's where that other partner uses that leverage, knowing that you can't leave because they got your check under lock and fucking key. You know.
Yeah.
And I think that's
and she has a little girl. She's like, I don't know how we're gonna survive. And I told her once, I was like, listen, if you need a place to stay, I'm here for you. I have an extra room. You can stay here.
But now I wonder if they believe, like people like you, yourself, who says these things, do they really believe you? Because like I'm literally holding out my hand, come, be rescued. Right then and there, I was in that position. I'm not going home tonight. I'm coming home with you, Doc. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they don't really believe the help that
it could be that they don't believe. It could be that. So I think for her, she keeps holding on to the hope or the idea that this time he'll change. When he says he's sorry, he actually means it. He's actually going to care about his daughter. You know, like.
And now I can't blame the woman. Again, you know, I'm going to say the woman. Goes both ways. I'm not going to blame that other person because now the victim. Thank you. Because now that's where the mental abuse and mental manipulation comes in. Either when they say nobody else will love you, or nobody else wants you, or I love you, babe. You know, they're fucking with your feelings. They're playing with your mind, which is making you think that he's going to change, or the partner is going to change today. Because they've already planted those seeds in your mind that either nobody else wants you, or I will change. You know? So it's not even them that they really believe it. Now they're kind of brainwashed. If you think about it. I mean, I think they believe it in their heart.
Honestly, I think, and she was so strong. She's such a strong woman. Like, it kills me to know that someone who appeared to be so strong and independent and like she knew who she was, okay, like she knows herself. How can you
allow that entanglement happen?
Yeah, how does it occur that, you know, now you're like trapped in an abusive marriage with a child? And it's, I don't understand. Are you afraid that when you leave something will happen?
That kind of brings me to a question I had when I was doing some reading upon it. It said that, you know, a percentage of the victim who gets a
restraining order.
Educator. Percentage of the victim who gets the restraining order, literally by like the next day, they're dead. Which makes me think, like, should you just leave? Like, will your chances be greater of living if you don't even do the restraining order? Because clearly, when they find out, oh, you want me to see you? Well, ain't nobody gonna see you anymore. You know what I mean? No, seriously, that's what they're thinking. You think I just made that up? That's what they're thinking. Oh, I can't see you. Ain't nobody gonna see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wonder if they will have a higher chance of living if they just run, no restraining order, no contact, no nothing. You know? Because you probably thought you were doing something by getting. You just triggered the abuser. You just said that was
right.
The cherry on
and that's the thing. So, you know, like, according to our mutual friend, there have been instances where she's called the police, and, you know, like, his mom will basically scare her into, like, not pressing charges. And I'm just like, it's a lot for me. It really is a lot for me. It brings up a lot of issues for me as well. And so I'm like, I can't save you unless you're not willing to be saved. He doesn't know where I live. He doesn't have my phone number.
No, he does know you.
He knows me, but I mean, if you're asking me, oh, I haven't seen my wife. Have you seen her? And I tell you no.
You know
what are you going to do to me?
Because honestly, people like this, they are stalkers. They probably will. They obviously know that you guys work together. So who knows if they'll follow you home? So maybe they also do that because they're not trying to get anybody involved. You know what I mean? Or anybody else hurt. So I can understand she doesn't want to take up on their offer because again, people like that, now they're psychotic. They'll do these extreme things, following the coworker's home. Well, she's staying at the coworker's house. Now he does know where you live. You know what I mean? Now you are involved. Now you're going to be a victim too. So maybe she's not even trying to, and I appreciate that she's not even trying to get you involved. You know?
I'm not afraid. I'm afraid for the life of the child. What I don't want to hear is that, oh, she died because he beat her so bad that, you know, she died. And then, you know, what happens to the little girl that her grandparents don't even want? The grandparents don't give a fuck about her. So then what happens to her? Like, it's a lot. It is crazy. It is challenging. It's so easy for us to sit here and be like, I'm out or I'll leave. Honestly.
This is a tough one, guys. Let us know, like, if you've ever been in this predicament, what advice you have for anyone, whether male or female, can go both ways. How they can be set free, any resources, any numbers, any websites, any safe havens, like literally if there's buildings, you know, a community center, something, because this is like a real issue that people face on a daily basis, and it sucks that lives have to end or lives have to be extremely damaged, physically, emotionally, mentally. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys have any other video links that you can copy and paste below to lead others to. We're out here trying to save lives, guys. Our podcast is not just about dumb shit, you know. We're out here also trying to, you know, save lives. So let us know what you guys think. If you have any advice, any prayers you just want to drop below.
Absolutely. So the domestic violence hotline phone number is 1-800-799-7233. Again, 1-800-799-7233.
There is help. Like literally, he doesn't have to know, or your partner doesn't have to know you're calling.
They don't.
Seriously, you want to be set free, you got to do it. I know obviously it's easier said than done. I'm not in your shoes. But you got to think about you now. You really have to think. You can't think about your partner. They're not going to love me. They're going to hate me. They already do. I'm sorry. They already do.
They do.
They already do. Love you now, baby. Love you now. All right, Doc.
This is Dysfunctional Discussions.